Hello everyone, welcome to For the Love of Wrestling, episode 10 now. My name is Ethan, and I am by myself today, because everyone's been busy. I've certainly been busy, and we haven't really uploaded anything in the past couple of weeks, so I figured I'd do something pretty short. The last episode we tried to record, there was major technical difficulties, so I apologize that we haven't done anything in the past couple of weeks. So first, we're gonna go into a couple weeks ago we did a couple of polls that I'm just gonna recap really quickly. I'm gonna try to not keep this too long. Say about 10 minutes. So first we did an NXT top 10 poll. Number 10 was Roderick Strong. Number 9 was Eric Young. Number 8 was Bobby Fish. Number 7 was Pete Dunne. Number 6 was Johnny Gargano. Number 5 was Adam Cole. Number 4 was Kyle O'Reilly. Number 3 was the Velveteen Dream. At number 2, we had Andrade Cien Almas. And number 1, by a landslide, we had Aleister Black. I agree with this list, and this was obviously voted on by you guys, the For the Love of Wrestling, on the For the Love of Wrestling Facebook group. And I agree with it. I think Pete Dunne should be up a little bit more, as the rest of the group usually would say. That's what they said last time we tried to record. And I agree with the I made a mistake. I put Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly separately. I should have put them together, but I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, I agree with this list. So then we did a top 10 of Ring of Honor. So what I did was I went on Ring of Honor's website and I put down all of the I wrote down all the names of everyone that was on the website. So and people that I kind of remembered being there. So the first one was frequently known as Emma. She's number 10, which I agree with because of the fact that she did so well in her debut match. And if people haven't seen that match, they really should go back and watch it. I know it was live on their Facebook page a couple weeks ago, like a month ago. And it was a really solid tag team match. Number 9 was the Young Bucks. Completely overrated, by the way. Number 8 was Kenny King. Number 7, Christopher Daniels. Number 6 was Jay Lethal. Number 5 was Cody Rhodes. Number 4 was Jay White. Number 3 was Adam Page. Number 2 was Dalton Castle. And then number 1 was Marty Scurll. I kind of figured, and I told everybody this too, I kind of figured that all of Bullet Club was going to be on this list. Well, mostly all of Bullet Club. The ones that are relevant in Bullet Club. Like Marty Scurll, Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks. But yeah, everyone, I agree with this, and I think this is not mostly Because all of them appear in like New Japan and Ring of Honor and all these other indie promotions. So I think this is more of like a top 10 independent. Now that I think about it, rather than a top 10 Ring of Honor. So then, okay. So this week we had a top 10 tag team poll. And we only did one poll this week. I completely forgot to do another one. But I actually want to say this before I continue. For the tag team poll, I don't think anybody noticed that I put I don't think anybody noticed that I put mine and Connor's and Kristen's EFED team on the list. And it was in the top 10 for a while, but then like nobody voted for it, so it went down completely. So here is what we had for the top 10. The top 10 tag teams. So number 10 was the Revival. Number 9 was the Hard Foundation. Number 8 was DX. Number 7 was the Brothers of Destruction. Number 6 was the APA. Number 5 was the Usos. Number 4 was the Shield. Number 3 was the Dudley Boys. Number 2 was Edge and Christian. And number 1, my ultimate favorite, the Hardy Boys. I mean, there are some teams that on here that were great for their time. No, I'm wording this wrong. All the tag teams that were on this list, that even if they weren't voted for, had some relevance. I think like APA and the Brothers of Destruction and the Heart Foundation had very little relevance. And that's just coming from me. You can debate me all you want about this, but that's just what I think. And especially like the Revival, as of right now, they have very little relevance. So, I mean, I think there should definitely have been teams that were higher on this list. Like that I saw on, I forget where, like what teams, but like there are teams that on here that had no significant, like they never stood out to me in a sense, like the APA, like the Brothers of Destruction, like the Heart Foundation. They never really stood out in a sense to me. So now I'm just want to go over really quickly. As everyone knows, Fastlane is this Sunday. I kind of just want to go over the matches, and there's not honestly, I've noticed this with Elimination Chamber too. There was not a lot of matches as there was last year. Like, there's only 1, 2, 3, there's only 4 matches to fill a 3-hour time slot. That's a little problematic, because they didn't really have to draw out these 4 matches. So, to start, we have the WWE Championship match, which is now, as of last Tuesday, is a 6-pack challenge. We have AJ Styles, who's the champion, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and then just random superstars to fill the slots. Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, John Cena. John Cena's only there. I feel like John Cena's only there to get the views up. Dolph Ziggler has absolutely no relevance anymore. He's been completely buried. Baron Corbin has no relevance anymore, really, besides the fact that he was recently the United States champion, but that seems like a lifetime ago. You also have the Usos versus the New Day, which we've already seen a couple years ago. They had that really good Hell in a Cell match when SmackDown was actually really good. And I mean, at least we're not getting another Shelton Benjamin and Gable match with the Usos, because I've just been very uninterested in the direction of where this is going, and on SmackDown in general, I've just been very uninterested in where the whole brand is going, and it's almost unwatchable. And I know that some people would agree with me on that. I know because I've at lunch at my college, when I have lunch with everybody, they always tell me SmackDown's unwatchable. It's completely bland. There's no direction. The women's division is taking a huge hit, and it's just completely, it's bland. I haven't watched SmackDown really since AJ Styles won the WWE Championship from Jinder in November. And it's, I see what they're trying to do, but in all honesty, it's not working. It's not working. There needs to be, and I think this is going to be the relevance of why they're going to have a draft at Backlash, I think it is. Because honestly, like, SmackDown's just in the toilet at this point. If you've seen pictures, no one's going to the shows. There's a lot of empty seats that are behind the camera, and they fill up the other seats that are in front of the camera to make it look full. So yeah, like, it's really weird how last year Raw seemed like it was going in the toilet, and then all of a sudden, oh, we have the shakeup now. All of a sudden, it's SmackDown, and SmackDown used to be so good. I loved it, and it seemed, for the first time since 2011, it seemed relevant again. And now it just seems like, oh, it's another show, just like it was before the brand split. And it's not the brand split was not a bad thing. Don't get me wrong on that. I like the brand split. And the thing is that there are just certain stars that make you want to watch. And SmackDown lost all of those stars in the shakeup last year. So I'm really pulling for this next draft to be better. I'm really pulling, not better, but like very, like a good, significant, what's the word I'm trying to think of? It's a good, significant kind of change that it needs. Anyway, off my little rant there. So there's also going to be a SmackDown Women's Championship. It's going to be Charlotte versus Ruby Riott. It seems too soon, but they'll give the opportunity to everyone. But it seems too soon for Ruby Riott to get a championship match. I'm not saying that she has to win, because that's not what I want. I'm not saying she has to win, but I don't think she really deserves a championship match yet, because she just got to the main roster, and they did the same thing with Lana. They gave her a title shot right away as soon as she debuted, and I was like, why? Make her better at what she is doing, and just make them a star. Don't WWE has this mindset that, oh, if you're gonna push to be a champion, you're already, like, being pushed into a championship match is gonna make you a star. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I noticed that with Roman. They're trying to push him to every main event of WrestleMania, every championship opportunity that he can get. They're pushing it. They think that if you have a championship match, you're automatically going to be pushed to a top tier level, and then when you don't meet those expectations, you get dropped. That's what happened with Lana. She got her championship opportunity. Something happened to the point where we don't like her as a star. So what do? They put her as Tamina's valet, if that's what you even want to call it. And it's sad. It really is. So, having Ruby in a championship match right now isn't necessarily a good thing. 'Cause she just got there. Like, I would have rather have seen Charlotte versus Becky, or Charlotte versus Naomi, or even Charlotte versus Carmella. Carmella loses, she can cash in her contract. Because that's still a thing. That's definitely still a thing. So if all plays out, then you have some, I don't know what I'm trying to say about this. Like, you have someone with a lot of star power already fighting somebody with a lot of star power. You're not pushing new, like, it's good to push new people, but they don't need a championship opportunity right away. Like, like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the male superstars for a second. Jinder Mahal. On Raw, he was a jobber. On SmackDown, right away when he got traded in the Superstar Shakeup, he became number one contender for the WWE Championship and won the WWE Championship. That's not how you book main eventers. You build them up, and when the time comes, okay, give them a push, give them that push that they need as a champion. But don't give them that opportunity right away. And that's the problem. That's the big issue of all of this. And then the last match that's on this website that I'm looking at, Bobby Roode versus Randy Orton, United States Championship match. Honestly, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Personally, I really think Rusev should be somewhere on this card. And honestly, like, I'm just thinking that this is a throwaway pay-per-view. I'm probably not even gonna watch it, to be honest, so don't even really expect like a some kind of, oh, let's talk about Fastlane because such and such happened. Nothing major is gonna happen besides maybe from what I heard on Raw last night, maybe John Cena being added to the main event with Shinsuke and AJ, which I don't want. I want AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura one-on-one. I think John Cena should find another opponent, whether it's Goldust, which we saw on Raw last night, that Goldust was acting really strange. Have it be, I don't know, bring someone back. Like, I know they were going to bring back Rey Mysterio. Obviously, Rey Mysterio is not going to be available. He recently tore his bicep. So, who is there left? Who is there left? I heard a rumor that he whether wanted to, if he wasn't the Undertaker, he wanted to face Samoa Joe or Rey Mysterio. Samoa Joe's out on an injury. Rey Mysterio has a torn bicep now, as of Saturday. So, and he can't face the Undertaker for certain reasons. So, who's next? Like, I don't know. I'm trying to really think of who could be a top, I'm really trying to think of who can be a good opponent for John Cena this coming WrestleMania, besides The Undertaker, besides Rey Mysterio, besides Samoa Joe. Because Roman Reigns already has a match. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Braun Strowman. I wouldn't be surprised if Elias was thrown in there either. I really don't know. I really don't know. And I'm really hoping that John Cena's not added into that AJ Styles Shinsuke Nakamura match. Another thing. And I haven't recently watched SmackDown, but I've been hearing this. They've been keeping Shinsuke off of SmackDown and not helping build up his WrestleMania match. Why? Why keep your your Royal Rumble winner, the man who won the Royal Rumble, out of your out of your spot, out of the spotlight? It's the same thing with Rusev. He is so over. Even at a Ring of Honor show, everyone was chanting for Rusev. He's so over. And yet, no opportunity. Same thing with Ty Dillinger. Ty Dillinger, everyone was chanting 10, 10, 10. Every time the ref counts, 10, 10, 10. And Vince keeps him off TV because, I hate when people chant 10 and I hate when people chant Rusev Day. Like, that's not how you should be thinking. And Vince, if you're listening to this, which I'm sure you won't be, but just don't keep people off TV because people like that person. That's the way that you get fans, not push them back. You will have a lot more ratings for SmackDown if you put people like Rusev on there, Shinsuke Nakamura, Ty Dillinger, push them instead of Roman Reigns. And like, a lot of people are like, oh, why do you hate Roman Reigns? He's so good. I'm going to tell you right now, straight up. I hate Roman Reigns. And people ask, when I say this, people are like, okay, that makes sense. I hate Roman Reigns, the character. He is not good. I hate his character. I hate his cocky attitude. I hate the character's cocky attitude, first off. And I hate the fact that he's being shoved down our throats. I don't hate Joe. Or whatever his real name is. I'm pretty sure it's Joe. I don't hate him. I don't hate his real personality. Because his real personality, I know, is like a down-to-earth, he loves his fans type of guy. And that's the person that, like, I strive to be. Or I would like to strive to be when I start my wrestling career. And I just hate, like, the only thing I hate the fact is that his character isn't good, and his attitude is his character in the character, his attitude is just, I don't hate it. I hate it. Also, another thing is, I just had it on top of my head. Forget it. But yeah, I don't hate Joe. I hate Roman. If that makes sense. If that totally makes sense. But anyway, I said I would keep this short, and I would put something short up here today on YouTube. Since I'm doing a smaller podcast today, our usual time that we record is Saturday, and then I usually try to have it up by Sunday. But today is Tuesday, so I'll have it up Wednesday. Or even Tuesday, even tonight. But this weekend I'm not going to be able to record again. So there's not going to be a podcast until not this Saturday, next Saturday. So, with that being said, I hope everyone out there has an awesome day. Have an awesome week. I know a lot of college students are going on spring break, so I wish them all the safety and the luck in the world, especially if they're going to different places. And with that, I will put all of the links that you should be following in the description box in this video, down in the comments, down in the description below. And I hope, like I said, I hope everyone has an awesome day, and we will catch you next week. See you guys.